my understanding is that Russian state media has been going to town on this, potentially as a way to, pave the way to further violence in Ukraine. Not that they need much encouragement, but who would you imagine was behind this? What was the plan?
Well, this being Russia, of course, it's wide open. There are so many different possible reasons why somebody might have wanted to take a pop at Dugin or indeed at his daughter if this was something as straightforward as a business dispute. But the one group of people that we can probably rule out fairly easily is Ukraine and the Ukrainian special forces, because after all, it serves Ukrainian interests not at all to eliminate this person. He might be loathed and detested in Ukraine and around the world, but that's a very different thing from thinking it's worthwhile actually trying to assassinate him. It's far more likely to be an internal Russian intrigue. And speaking of intrigue, you mentioned this so-called National Republican Army that has claimed responsibility for this in a manifesto that was released the next day. That, too, Russia watchers see as being quite suspicious, because Russia has a rich history of setting up false flag operations, front organizations like this, to try and excuse domestic repression, to try and flush out people who might be inclined to join the opposition. But in any case, you're right. It gives Russia the excuse it didn't really need for stepping up violence against Ukraine.
Yes, I mean, in essence, this could indeed be a state-sponsored attack in order to then blame other people, to whip people into not defecting, not disobeying the government as Putin's war becomes more unpopular.
That's exactly right. There are so many different possible motivations why the Russian state itself might have done this. And it sounds barbaric to outsiders, but this is completely in keeping with how Russia operates. Sacrificing one of their own, one of their propagandists, would be perfectly normal for Russia.